Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. Um, this is a rerun, if you guys are wondering. This match technically did happen on Tuesday, but we all don't know the outcome, so we're going to, get to see that. I mean, I guess I technically do, but you guys don't. So, but yeah, this match is between Ninja Turts and Instinct. Really excited to see how this all plays out. Before I get into the actual games, I figure I'm going to run a quick ad so that way we have no problems in the middle of the series since I'm starting to learn and understand this stuff better. So I'm going to run that, and then I'll see you guys in 3 minutes, and we should be ready to go. All right, let's get to this. All right, welcome everybody back. Ad all done. Now we can focus on some games. So jumping into things, nothing too unusual from both these teams. Sam Led pulling out his Morgana mid, something we've seen from him throughout the splits. Not a lot of people picking it, but he's been favoring it.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Arctic getting his Yorick. Don on the Rel, which is also pretty big. Early on lead, taking a bit of damage here, trying to chunk out Good Boy, but he's going to get chunked himself for that decision. And they know that Nexus has used his W, so he's forced to flash away, but the night is ticking. And that has to be a first blood as the AD carry Urim flashes over the wall there to secure the kill. I should point out that this is a sub for Instinct. Eclipse is out for these games today. Kind of forgot about that. But yeah, pretty unfortunate there. Nexus kind of felt like he was forced to help his jungler. So a bit of a miscue there. Pretty sure that's Mr. Bufa's other account too. Did he get chat restricted? Nexus, are you in the chat anywhere? Or anybody from Ninja Turts? Nice trade here by Swag on a Mom. Oh, but a beautiful E. He's gonna kind of get that trade pretty even for the Yorick. Wait, is Good Boy forced to flash away here? Nearly gets soul killed here by Samlad. Meanwhile, these lanes are kind of just going at it. You see both the Orin and the Yorick at about 50 HP in the top side of the map, and neither junglers are pathing up that way, so looks like they're both just going to be low HP. Doran Shales tick away. Done is going to get some nice vision and be able to check the blue buff, so has some information there. So has to be careful, but a flash attempt there out of Don does miss the Q, but it's not going to matter. That's going to be a kill because Samlad had no flash on the previous play, and the kill is going to go over to Good Boy. It's a really nice wall there. Now, of course, Ornn can break walls, but not if he doesn't have his E up. Ooh, Arctic's gonna have to be careful. He does not have flash here. And Nexus has made his way up, and Nexus also does not have flash. Meanwhile, though, mid lane, they're going to try to get a kill here on the Good Boy. One more auto will do it, but they do not get the auto off. And the MF actually rotated over, so they're going to get a kill onto the Lee Sin and claim themselves feats of warfare. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Arctic did fall to that gank. He's used to the E there for Arctic to keep himself safe. Meanwhile, Lead is going to run here into Avalon. Now, Avalon still has a reset, so even though he does have double buffs, Lead has got the reset off. Nice Q does land, and they'll just now turn onto Arctic. Really nice knock up here from Spark on a Mom. Arctic should certainly eventually fall here. The Q isn't heal enough. He does land the Resonating Strike, and that's going to be a kill for this Lee Sin. Back onto the board here. Oh, and he's looking really aggressive at Avalon. He's gonna find him. Pick up another kill here. Knew he had to reset after that trade, and all of a sudden now the Lee Sin is rather big here. Game is all even at the moment here. Only about a 150 gold difference or so. Drake is yet to be taken as well, still on the table. It is the Hestech Drake. I do think both teams would love to have that Drake early if possible. And the Grubs spawning in about a minute. Instinct deciding to move their 80 carry support up to the top side of the map. Do a bit of a lane swap here. Yeah, obviously they want to get Grubs into the Yorick's hands. I think it's pretty smart. As well as play away from this side of the map. The Orin is pretty strong. Whereas I think the MFRL are just a bit stronger at the moment. A lot of plates taken on the top side of the map as well. MF getting about 2 plates off the play. And they dropped the whole wave on the side of Ninja Turts. Pretty big here. Resulting in about a 20 CS lead. Meanwhile, a nice shockwave here on a Samlad. This might be a solo kill, forcing the flash under his own turret for his safety. And with Grub spawning in 5 seconds, that should give them the window to hit these pretty freely. They have the prio top side of the map as well. You see Nexus trying to walk in. He's going to have to be very careful. Lee's deciding to try to turn here on to Good Boy. Lands the resonating strike off of nice. Dragon's Rage going to get the kill here. Meanwhile, the Jinzai will pick up at least one Grubby. Nexus has to be careful here. It's pretty much a sitting duck. A flash of the Don into the combo. Nexus is able to dash out and just survive. Now you got to think though, without major cooldowns, can they continue to fight over these Grubs? Yes, there are some low HP bars, but meanwhile there is a TP, and there nonetheless a nice Q coming out of Don into the waiting arms of Good Boy, who's going to be able to pick up 1 kill here onto Nexus. Tanglefish should be the next target, and he is going to fall eventually. Avalon picks up the kill. Nice usage of TP. They're still trying to play onto the banana bush. There's really not much threat. Lead and Salmon are just going to have to give over these Grubs. Oh, lead going in. A bit of a mistake. I mean, yeah, you're very fed, but you just use your kick. You just use your flash. Gonna end up costing his life. And what was looking like a decent spot for Ninja Turts now, they find themselves down about 2k gold. Good Boy nearly getting solo killed in the mid lane by Samlad. Swagging on Mom and Arctic. Both battling out. Here comes the Orin Horn. Gonna drop it on his head, but meanwhile, the Maiden's kind of chewing away his HP bar, so he's gonna have to just walk away. Avo looking on Nexus, nice flash and knocked Tanglefish back, and without his ult, oh, actually did come off cooldown. So he actually might be able to get away, not quite. Nexus is forced to flash away. Gonna kick the MF under the turret, but he uses the barrier and he can find himself just fine. That's a double kill for this Xin Zhao. That was 4-1 and 2 and very fed. Meanwhile, mid lane nearly falling as well. Spelling disaster here for Ninja Turts. Got Drake coming up here in a minute. Is going to be an Infernal Drake. Little cage, but Arctic does not realize that Swagger Mom has reinforcements. He is forced to flash away. They're going to try to use the quickness and get onto him. Nice ward hop kick into Arctic. Arctic does not look to be long for this world. Lead will pick up his 4th kill of the game on this Lee Sin. Without 2 major cooldowns, unfortunately Ninja Turts will be forced to give over this Drake. So that's going to be the 2nd Drake of the game, going over to the side of Instinct. And we'll be tying the Drakes up 1-1. Bot turret is going extremely low. See Swagger Mom trying to clear it. They're going to use all their cooldowns. Eventually really kill this Ornn. Two turret shots there taken by Good Boy. They're just trying to get themselves feats, so they're trying to do an overload timer here. Oh, Nexus trying to go in, but he has no other ways to dash out at the moment. He's trying to bait it out. Nice kick here. It's going to result in at least 1 kill. Don's going to be able to get knocked up here, but a nice use of the bullet time. Going to take down the Lee Sin. Keep the Rel alive. MF a little bit on the hunt. Determines it's not worth flashing over that wall and just going to let Nexus live. But that does mean they get, most importantly, feats for themselves in this game as they acquire themselves the first turret of the game on the bot side. This game not looking too good for them at the moment. Down roughly almost 3K. And we're seeing another fight here in the mid lane, and Rel is pretty tanky. So that's not something that they really want to do on the side of Ninja Turts. Knight's gonna come down. They're gonna get the kill. Sam then picks it up with the usage of the W. So nice little pick and kill here. Unfortunately, there will be no attempt to fight over this Rift Herald, as Rift Herald will go over to Instinct. We're really here to just try to defend the turret. Oh, they're going to try to turn on the MF, but the MF going to flash away. Keep herself safe. Meanwhile, Sam Lad finds himself in a really weird spot. He's getting jumped on, and he will end up falling here to Good Boy. Oh, looks like there's a bit of a cancel there. I don't know how that works, but nonetheless, nice kick delivery system there by Lead. Going to lead to the kill. On to this York once again. Arctic not having one of his most fun games for sure. Right now 0-4 here. Still doing pretty well, keeping up in farm with Yorn, only down about roughly 10 CS. Lead finds himself in a horrible location. Trapped between 4 individuals. Gonna be taken down here by the MF. That means the Drake is going to be free. And that's the second Drake of the game here for the side of Team Instinct. Gold lead still has been stagnating here for the last about 3 or 4 minutes, still roughly 3K for the side of Instinct. So let's see if the Turts can find themselves a way back into this game somehow. There's no flash on the Misfortune, so that's something. Unfortunately, there's nothing really to fight about for, except for Otacon here in about a minute. Which the Misfortune flash will still be about 3/4 of the way through. Meanwhile, though, they're jumping on Swaggin' on Mom, top side of the map. He is forced to flash away. Trying to run away in this order, but there's going to be a nice cage. Without his E, he's just destined to die. That's going to be a kill here for Avalon here on the Jinzhou. Otacon spawning in roughly 20 seconds now. Top turret is going to fall though. It's more gold going into Instinct. Otacon will be on the top side of the map. So that turret falling is pretty huge. You see Don just kind of staying on the map. He only had about 400 gold, so he just determines it's best to hide out in this bush. If they spot him, this could be disastrous. There's still about 10-second window between his team arriving. They don't spot him out, so this is going to be a massive flank here from Don. They still haven't seen him just quite yet. They finally do spot him, but by the time they do it, it just looks to be doomed. Lee Sin forced to dash over the wall. He's going to be able to get a nice kick off. Here comes the TP from Orn. Arctic does have his TP to be able to match, but he is going to continue to split push and draw pressure. Nexus looking to play the game here. Mind you, they do not have bullet time, so it is pretty scary to fight. The MF is going to get caught out here, shut down by the Orn. Kill going over to Lee Sin, as Don also meets the same fate as his AD carry. Arctic does TP in, but I don't think it's going to matter. He is going to fall there to Tango Fish. All that stuff standing is Good Boy and Avalon, but Avalon might as well not be a champion, sitting at about 10% HP. Though Lead is going to die, there's just so much coming from this Otacon. This might be a triple kill here for Good Boy. Avalon actually gets shut down by the pool. And a little bit of some sloppy play, but overall, it does equal out to about 1.5k advantage still for Team Instinct, and a bit of an overreach there by the side of Ninja Turts. All they had to do was walk away, I think, after they got the initial kills. Remember, Otacon does shred magic resistance, so that Orianna is certainly going to hit like a truck even without her shockwave. Team's still posturing for this. I feel like they still want to fight over the Otacon. No Drake for about a minute. I'm not expecting a trade. Oh, Misfortune's going to have to be very careful. Looks like Nexus just got spotted out in time. Would have been a dead Misfortune for sure. Oh, and here comes Lee Sin. Beautifully done there by Don, but a little bit of a anti-synergy from Avalon using that Crescent Guard afterwards. But it's not going to matter. Swagamon finds himself in a really bad spot. He is going to drop. And with 2 dead, the Otacon is all but more than likely free at this moment in time. Nice usage of the bullet time there over the wall. But Samlet is going to be able to flash away. Survive for now. So the Otacon is being hit here. Should fall. Good boy there to defend the mid wave. Tanglefish trying to get in here on a good boy. He's actually going to flash in. And actually picks up the kill. That's going to be good on the tempo for the Drake as both Lee Sin and the Ornn are respawning. Nexus does have an angle, but he's nobody there to help him. Lee Sin's on the way, but I don't think it's going to matter. So what can they do with this 20-second death timer that's left on this Orianna? They are going to start with the Drake. Pretty much all of the key cooldowns are back. Nice engage there by Swagamon, forcing the MF to flash over the wall. Lead is going to jump onto the MF just to keep her out of the fight completely. Meanwhile, on the front side of the fight, Jinzao has already fallen. Good boy is back in the fight, going to use a shockwave. It's not too bad, but everybody's dying, as that's a double kill here for the Lee Sin. They're going to turn here on a Good Boy, but the Rescue Strike is going to not land. Good Boy might be able to kite this out. No, he's not going to be able to. It's a nice knock-up coming from Swagamon, and all that's left is Arctic on his little Onsum running away. I think they're just going to go back to the Drake. I think they realize chasing the 1-in-5 Yorick is not worth the time. They do ruin his tempo, but I don't know if they actually have the damage to kill this Yorick. Because Nexus, unfortunately, is not meant for this world. They eventually will be able to kill the Yorick. Tanglefish does show up. That is support for top laner, with Baron now on the map. Once again, it's only about a 1K, 1.5K gold lead here for the side of Team Instinct. Game instead stayed relatively similar throughout both teams. 19 kills, 19 kills. And again, Baron is on the map. 2 Drakes to 2 Drakes. Pretty close game we got going on here, guys. Oh, but lead baits out the shockwave, which is pretty huge. Still has to be very, very careful. The Ornn is not here. He does have TP, but trying to get some pressure first. That shockwave does not have a super, super long cooldown, but if they can take a fight before it comes back up, could spell disaster. I want to say another about 25 seconds left. They're going to try to look here on the good boy. They do find him out. He's going to drop almost immediately, as it was such a beautiful insect there by Lead. Lead is actually going to try to fight Avalon in the pit, but meanwhile, Tanglefish is getting lit up by the MF. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade as both AD carries fall. Meanwhile, Lee Sin is going to drop as Don Don showed up to help his jungler. Oh, the Q is not going to land. If that Dark Binding did, might have spelled disaster for this Rel. Now they're forced to run away as Avalon has come. And Arctic is just beating on the tier 3 as it falls here on the bot side of the map. So Arctic's pressure is paying dividends. Oh no, Lead is gonna get spotted out here. You can't dodge a shockwave that you can't see. And they're gonna take down this Lee Sin. And with the Lee Sin off the map, this Baron should be going over to Instinct. Let's see if they decide to still try to contest on the side of Ninja Turts. Based on the reset that I am seeing from Morgana, I don't expect so. He's gonna walk into a point pick Q from Don Don. Yorick is TPing in just to secure the Baron. As right now, Avalon's actually in there by himself. They're trying to turn the fight. The Unicorn is going to come out. He's going to use this to knock up the jungler, do as much damage as he can. Lee Sin is coming up in 5 seconds to see how long it's going to survive. He's tanky, but not tanky enough. He does end up falling, but they did stall it out, and Lee Sin is now back on the map. Meanwhile, Tanglefish is pushing in the mid lane onto this tier 2. He's not able to break it down, but then enough pressure pulls him off the Baron and allows Ninja Turts to regroup. But now a new concern is spawning onto the map as Drake, which would be sole point for Instinct if they were to acquire it, or Ninja Turts. So I expect this to be a big focal point for both of these teams here in about 30 seconds. They did not spot Nexus resetting, so I don't think they're going to hit onto the Drake immediately. I could be wrong. Meanwhile, though, we do see the Orianna pushing in the top side of the map. And they're just going to make a decision. They're going to turn onto this Drake. They want to fight it. They know that Orianna's not here. They're going to call the bluff. They do get the TP out. Is this going to be a 50-50? It is not, as Lee Sin does secure it. But now let's see what the fight comes to. Is a nice engage there. The bullet time is huge. Off the back of the play of Don Don. Meanwhile, though, Samlet is also going to die for a double kill. Spider-Man is trying to run for his life, but this Ornn is not long for this world. Avalon does pick up the kill. Nexus and Tanglefish are the last two alive. They're trying to survive. Tanglefish is kiting, picks off two, as both the Rel and the Orianna get caught out, trying to do a little too much. Does that dissuade the Baron now? That is the question. Yes, the jungler is up, but Nexus and Tanglefish are here. Lead is actually spawning in about 15 seconds. They are going to start hitting it here, though. They believe that they can take it down in time. Tanglefish and Nexus are walking over. This Kaisa does a lot of damage. It's not going to be easy. They're going to try to take the fight. Arctic is on zone duty. It's working pretty well, as it looks like the Baron is going to fall. Avalon is going to pick it up here. But what will be the fight afterwards? Lead has come to the play, but he's forced to ward hop over the wall. They do pick off the junglers. Avalon does get shut down, but Arium's able to get himself out and survive. He's going to have to be very careful. He's going to get hit up by a Q. They're going to full engage onto this Lee Sin. A bit of a mistake, but a nice kick. And barely surviving is this Misfortune. Unfortunately, too much damage. And lead falls. Now both junglers are no longer on the map. Looks like they just want to try to siege down this mid turret, get some more gold in the pocket of their team. And they will be able to hit it. How many hits, I'm not sure. Oh, they're going to drop the own horn, but a nice use of the bullet time once again from this Misfortune has been enough. Orm does pick up the kill onto Samlad. Swag on a mom, make that a double kill. Nexus, run as you might, but support will take you down and make that a triple kill for the Misfortune. Lead spawns in 2 seconds, but I think this game might just be over. The rest of the team, 40 seconds or less death timers. There's no chance. Lead is just trying to catch the top wave in hopes that that stalls it out a little bit, but there's 2 inhibitors now exposed, but I think they're just going to go for the Nexus. Lead is trying to go in, trying to stall it out, trying to be a nuisance, but he's not going to be able to, and they're going to take down that blind man. And now with 10 seconds left on Nexus, Samlad, and Swag on a Mom, I think this game is over. And that's going to be a lead for the side of Instinct as they go up 1-0 in the series.
This is a Bose moment. You've been there. Small talk's going nowhere, but then the Bose speaker kicks in.
Alright guys, welcome back. Get ourselves here in game 2. Looking at this comps, nothing really sticking out. Getting to see some Kled though is always fun. See how that kind of pans out here.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
My wings, your tanks.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, this game is now underway. This main phase is getting off to a pretty hectic start. Bit of some trading here. It's left both Aram and Don Don pretty low. looks like Avalon is going to look for a gank here. Good boy with a really nice knock with a beautiful taunt. The fear will be enough. And as it says, he is fleeing, but he's fleeing to his death. Nice kill picked up here for the Galio. And Avalon's just looking to be very, very aggressive here. They're going to get the fear off on Swag on Mom. Do they have enough damage here under the turret? They do, as Arctic flashes somehow surviving. What a play, as the aggression from this Nocturne, not something anybody was probably expecting on the side of Ninja Turts, has left both solo lanes dead to rights. Now they've got to be concerned as this Vi is showing up. Oh, but the Q is not going to land. This means Arctic could potentially live, but he does not. Ends up just being a solo kill, which is probably more beneficial here for the Kled than giving over some gold to this Vi. But it also does mean that Avalon can't really play the game. There's a TP in, and Samlad does have his flash. Let's see if he now play this. Find yourself in a really, really weird spot. The flash never leaves you to pick up at least one kill. Arctic, though, is jumping onto him. He's going to have no more dashes, but Good Boy has his, and that's the Feats of Warfare picked up. A lot of skirmishing as Nexus shows up to the fight. Who are they going to turn their attention to? It looks like they're going to go onto Arctic. They know Arctic does not have flash. And Good Boy is just going to be able to walk out safely here on this Galio. He says, though, screw being saved, turns and goes for a 1v2 kill. Taking down Samlad right in front of Nexus's face. And oh my goodness, a bloody start to this game. And Avalon is still level 3. Has not done any of his bot side. He's going for another gank here. And swagging on Mom is it's not long for this world. Avalon decided there's no reason to acquire level ups by farming my camps. And still is only down a single camp to this Vi. Avalon is able to get a couple camps from the top side of this Vi here. But let's find himself in a really weird location. Looks like he's not spotted off in time by the Kled. Good Boy is absolutely relentless on this Galio. Nice dodge there on the handshake as well. It's gonna be really, really hard for Vi to play this game. I just kind of looked at it and thought about it, like, yeah, you want to go on this Varus, but the Varus has so much peel. The moment that this Vi goes in, there's a Galio ult, there's an ult for this Nocturne, right, to turn off the lights and keep the rest of the team from getting in. A Nico ult, Pop Blossom, I mean, it's so hard to play. gets that taken away, but Avalon finds himself in a really weird spot. He does cancel out the fear, but I don't think it's going to matter. There's so much CC. Avalon picks up another kill here. Oh, and there's an engage here in the mid lane. Say goodnight. As this Rai is going to pop once again. They are able to punish his Vars, though. Now going to be missing some farm and giving up some plates here to the Jinx. Nice using the system assist in order to cancel the fear, but he finds himself in a really weird 1v3. Is able to get out, does dodge the taunt. Oh, but it's not going to be enough as a flash in here from the Nocturne and a beautiful fear to keep himself safe. They're going to do everything they can to flash in, try to make the play. But they're losing out in the skirmish. Sabla's trying to cut it out with the base rush. Can they even finish off Arctic? Nexus is trying to come up, and meanwhile, Don is here, and everybody's just dying. And in the end, Avalon will be able to get himself this objective. So all three grubs going over the side of Instinct. And this Nocturne is 5-1-3. Good luck playing the game. He's already got a stride breaker here at 9 minutes. They are going to try to be aggressive here on to Aram. We're going to pick him up. Don is on the way, though. He's looking for a play. He does have flash. No ignite, though, and he does get spotted out here. So that is a positive, getting some more gold into this Jinx. Mind you, Varus did roam over and actually got nothing off the play. Oh, good boy. Trying to make a play here. He's actually going to get caught out just a little bit. A nice use of the vault breaker here. Going to knock him back. And there's the ulti to secure the shutdown. But now they're going to turn here on to Samlad. Don's going to be able to find 3 here with the Pop Blossom. They're going to be able to trade back, though, as Avalon shouldn't be long for this world. Hopefully they give the shutdown over to Tinglefish. They do. There's a cease and desist here on to Don. The Nico is going to try to kite away, but Nexus will pick up the kill. And Ninja Turtles are fighting back, and all of a sudden, they're going to find themselves evening up the gold, as we're pretty much tied here a piece at about 20k. And I think the biggest thing is here, they're actually going to get the second drink of the game. They're flashing over the wall here on to the Varus. The Varus luckily is able to survive, though. But Arctic is also here. The whole squad showing up. TP's in from everybody. And in the end, the Drake is acquired. It's kind of a heist play. And they just kind of walk out. While this Kled is just getting some plates in his pocket. Oh, the Jinx not realizing her situation. Gonna find herself being locked up here by the Varus ulti. And it's gonna end up being Jinx falling down. Gonna make gold back on the Varus. Although we're not stopping the fighting. Swagger Mom wants to fight here into Arctic. Lands another one of those little chains. Is there any more dashes here? And it's not gonna be enough, as Arctic is going to fall on the Symbessa. What a sneaky little play here out of Don. Oh, but a nice Pot Blossom here onto the bot lane. Here comes the Nocturne. Paranoia here onto the MF. I'm sorry, the Jinx. That wasn't really nice due to the handshake, but it's not going to matter as Tanglefish does fall here, dying twice back-to-back here in the last minute and a half. And all of a sudden, the lead the Jinx had has been null and void. Varus back in the game. And we see Arctic roaming down. It's a nice team play here. Samlad finds himself between a rock and a hard place as too many members were able to roam to the mid side, pick up the kill onto this Rise, and Aroma's going to pick himself up the bot turret as well.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Positive though, Swagamon was able to acquire the top side
Destroyed.
here as he picks up first turret, but he is trying to take a fight. Lead is here. They're trying to turn here onto Avalon, but Galio ult is coming to come out. Do they have enough damage to pick up the kill? It doesn't look like they do. Swagamon does get the reset though. They do pick up the kill on to the Nocturne. Good boy hit there with the blast kill, but he should be able to get out and survive. Never mind, he is going to fall as Lee picks up another kill here. They're actually going to teleport here with the Rise right on top of Arctic. Arctic, who does have dashes though. Don's going to find himself a play. They're turning, they're fighting, they're trying to kill whoever they can, but here comes around with the nice ult here on the Varus to pick up the kill and a shutdown. Make that a double kill. He gets a snipe with a piercing arrow onto this Kled. And when it's all said and done, another bloodbath, and the game is pretty much, once again, still tied up in gold. And as I say that, we're not done fighting. Here comes Avalon to pick up the kill onto this Jinx to make it a 1k gold lead, once again for Team Instinct. Here's the biggest positive for Ninja Turtles right now. They are up in Drake's. Infernal Drake is spawning here soon. They're technically on the map first. Nocturne has not reset. So let's see what they decide to do. Paranoia is down. But the Pot Blossom on the Chain of Corruption are both up. So let's see how this fight goes. Initially, they're going to turn here on a good boy. Swagamom's going to get a little bit of damage. They're just going to start with this Drake. They do not care. Meanwhile, Arctic is still pushing top. He does have TP. Here comes the TP in. They're now going to try to turn on the side of it. Beautiful engage here from Don. Don finds 3. They're now turning out of the back line. Good boy is going to drop first. Arctic, though, is doing a bunch of damage. Going to be able to find a pick off here as the Jinx falls and everybody just dying. Nobody is surviving. Samurai is trying to kite. Lee trying to get back in there, but it's not going to be enough. Decent damage coming out of this Rise, but it is not going to matter because it's a triple kill for this Varus and a Drake for Team Instinct. The biggest thing is here, and that's a 5k gold lead now at 17.5 minutes. This Instinct just blew the hinges off of this game.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
got Otacon here spawning in about 50 seconds. Next he's trying to set up, but he's walking right into Arctic. Gets off a big chunk, brings him about half HP. Oh, Avalon ends up stealing the Krug there. Unlucky.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Now they're turning here out of Otacon. Otacon's already under 7k HP. It is falling very, very fast. There's a lot of damage coming from this on-hit Varus. They're just going to turn on the Paranoia. They're not going to see anything. And look at that Avalon here tanking the Kled ulti to keep his team safe. And oh my goodness, what a play here for Arwen to snipe out the Rise. Securing the kill here onto Samlad as Saragon Mom is able to just walk away safely. Oh, Don's on here to make a play here onto this Kled. The CC is going to land, and they're going to drop him immediately. What a nice play here. He was pretending to be a minion, and was able to pull off the play. There's actually a lot of damage coming out of this Vi. Nice cancel there on the E. Could be able to dodge the rocket, but the slow is going to come down. There is the taunt, though. Is it enough? As here comes the Savior. Avalon gets in there, but a nice usage of the handshake to try to keep him alive. Tanglefish now, though, finds himself in a really weird spot. Does not get the kill, as Good Boy barely survives. And only if you had your Mega Death Rocket at this point. Talk about some edging. Now Drake is on the table, and you got to think this is going to get turned on to immediately. There is a blast cone for Avalon to try to get in there, but Arctic is going to try to create as much space as possible. Good Boy does have his TP as well. Can they burn this Drake down in time? It's already under 3% HP, but look at Lead nearly dying. Looks like the focus is onto the Drake. They do acquire Soul Point, but here's Good Boy. It looks like the Kled is going to be the sacrificial lamb for the rest of the team to get out. Good Boy is still very fast and on the chase. Can Nexus walk away from this Galio? It appears he is able to. So it ends up being the heist of the century. Lead canceling his reset. I think he could have gotten back. Nexus knew what they were up to. He was willing to sacrifice his life. But unfortunately, the Wings of War will pick him up. And now it's kind of hard for them to play the game. They're going to turn here on to Samlad. Avalon is going to drop that. We'll get a Jinx reset, but a beautiful engage here once again from Don. Looks like it's going to be enough. He does land the CC, and down goes both the Rise and the Jinx for a double kill. Saragon Mom is back on the map. Is he able to get here onto the Varus? He is. Varus is able to flash away. Is it enough? Doesn't look like it is. It's going to be the shutdown, but it means Saragon Mom is going to also die. Trying to walk away. The Wings of War pill pick up the kill. This has been an absolutely bloody game. Lead is now back on the map, but I'm certain that everything should calm down here for a bit. We got Baron up in about a minute. So yes, Ninja Turts is down 10k, but they are in Soul Point. Could stall this game out a little bit longer. They do have 2 Drakes to spare before they really have to fight over anything. Of course, maybe they want to get Baron for free. The wave clear isn't necessarily the worst nor the best. Nexus is on the bottom of the map, so it looks like they probably deciding to give over this Baron and play for gold instead. I mean, they know they're down huge. That bot tier 2. A nice gold influx. It does have comeback gold on it. The Baron is going to drop. Sandman able to pick up that tier 2, and now it's a roughly a 9k gold lead, so they did kind of bring it back a little bit. But the question is, how is the base defense going to be? Misstep can result in this game being over very quickly. It's obviously up to Ninja Turts to try to avoid that happening. They're going to hit here onto the mid turret. This turret is going to fall, and I assume this bot turret as well pretty quickly. Nice use of change of corruption here onto the Vi. They're going to use Paranora. They're going here onto the back line. Don finds a nice engage on top of the Galio ulti, and everybody is falling on the side of Team Ninja Turts. That's going to be a double kill for the Varus, as both carries are doing so much damage. In the end, the Varus does fall, but it does not matter, as 3 members stand strong on the side of Team Instinct. And though Team Instinct had a couple weeks off there, they are going to find themselves undefeated, still going into week 7. What a fun little series that was to watch. Two teams battled it out well, and Ninja Turks really held their own. Some mistakes here and there kind of cost them what certainly could have been a chance at winning this series. But nonetheless, thank you guys for coming out and watching my little rerun here. Sorry I was not able to get the stream on Tuesday. I planned to, but work held me up, and I got home at like 8 o'clock at night. So there was definitely no casting at that point. But with that said, this weekend, let's see what's going on this weekend before I get off. Because there's 3 more series to go. Alright, so we've got Scorch versus Small Brains, which is set for Saturday at 8 EST. And then also Saboro versus Femboys, set for Saturday at 9 EST. Both those games have playoff implications. The winner of the Scorch versus Small Brains keeps their hopes alive, whereas the Saboro versus Femboy Jellyfish could be the deciding factor of the 2nd seed. So we'll see how that plays out. Other than that, I think we are waiting on one more series to get scheduled. What are we missing? Let me see. I think it's saying Banana Bossy versus Capuchungus. Yep. So that's the only other series we'll be awaiting on. I've heard probably Saturday as well. So yeah, Saturday looks to be like a pretty booked schedule like usual. Instead of 4, though, we only have 3, which isn't too bad. I know I'm playing in one of them. I think CLT is as well. So there is a chance that not many of those will get casted, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah. So thank you guys again for coming out tonight, and I will see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.